Okay, so we are going to be talking about the top 25 lead generating strategies that are out there for investors and real estate agents alike. So there's more than 25. I'm here to tell you there's a plethora and you can combine these in all different ways, but we're just going to start with the top 25. So number one is door knocking. Door knocking, pretty self-explanatory, but what I like to do with this one, because it can be quite intimidating to just do cold call door knocking in a neighborhood, is if you have an open house. I like to do this one in conjunction with something else. And that's actually how most of these work best, is in conjunction with something else. So door knocking, I like to do if I have an open house. I door knock on 4 houses on each side of that open house, and then also 8 houses across the street, inviting them to the open house and possibly giving them a flyer or an invitation, depending on how nice the house is. Same goes with the cold calling. Cold calling works great if you have a listing that's coming up in that neighborhood and you're just alerting the neighborhood. That gets you in a conversation with people. Hey, do you know somebody that you'd like to have as a neighbor? The cold calling works if you have an open house coming up. Again, it's in conjunction with something else. The direct mail, which, hang on, let me lean this way so you can read it. If I'm doing direct mail, whether it is a postcard or it's a mailer, I like to do something where I'm collaborating with a local business and giving them a coupon or a discount code to one of their local businesses, so that my direct mail doesn't just automatically end up in the trash. So those are a couple of things that you can do right off the bat, and it'll help you get that property sold. So now we're on number 4 for past clients. Too often, past clients are forgotten about the moment the ink is dry on the HUD closing documents. You do not want to let these guys go. You already work so hard to develop a relationship with them. Stay in touch with them. I'm guilty of it, of close that deal, moving on to the next one. Stay in touch with them. Stay in contact in front of them. They have friends and family they can refer, and who knows when they're going to be ready to either invest or buy their next home. The number 5 is FSBOs and FRBOs. These are for sale by owners and for rent by owners. Both are great prospects for investors or realtors alike, because they most likely are going to be listing with an agent. Most people don't understand what a pain it can be to list a house for yourself, and they're going to end up listing it on the MLS. So you want to reach out to them, try to be helpful. Give them some tips, give them some helpful hints to make their life easier, and you will be their first go-to person when they're ready to list. The for rent by owners are great if you're trying to pick up property management opportunities, or it could just be a frustrated landlord that wants to get rid of that property. Expireds, that's low-hanging fruit, people. Go on the MLS, find out the expireds, start calling the expireds. The agent that had that originally listed has already done the hard work for you. They know that they're priced too high, or something is wrong with the house. They already know this. So you're not telling them anything that they don't already know. Number 7 would be former coworkers. Again, it's about keeping in touch with and nurturing those relationships, no matter where they came from. So be sure to keep in touch with the people from your past work. So number 8 is social media, and I cannot emphasize this enough, people. I know a lot of people are apprehensive about social media and getting on social media and putting a lot out there, but it is so key to the way we do business today. So do not neglect social media. There is no best platform. It's whatever platform you're most active on. So just make sure you're active and you're putting something in front of your audience every single day that tells them what you do and how you can help. Number 9 is open houses. Again, we can stack this. Open houses are a great opportunity for social media content. Open houses are a great opportunity to couple that with door knocking or cold calling. So be sure to do your open houses, record it all, document it all, and don't neglect the open houses. And it's a great way to pick up buyer leads. The builder open houses and building relationships at those builder facilities is another great way, because these people are already out there shopping. And if they don't want that builder's specs, then they're out there looking for a reason. And if they don't have representation, this is a perfect opportunity. The lender referrals are a reason to nurture your relationships with your favorite lenders, because they are a good source of referrals. Sometimes all these clients come to their lenders first, get pre-approved, and then they're out looking. If you are one of their favorite realtors, then they'll refer you to that client that's looking in that neighborhood. So number 12, traditional marketing. This one is a little pricier. So let's just say if you've got more money than time, then maybe these are some of the tactics you want to use. Some of the magazines, local magazines, I know I'm in the DFW area and we've got a Dallas magazine. We've also got a Fort Worth Weekly trade mag, TV and radio ads, some of the late night TV ads work really well. I know I've seen them when I'm up late. I'm sure you have, on cable stations and things like that. And then the trade rags. So construction trade rags, real estate trade rags, any of these things. Also, you might consider if you've got kids going to school, you might want to be in one of their little magazines, their school magazines, something like that. Billboards, very pricey, but you cannot argue with the fact that they get seen often. Number 13 is purchase leads. Not everybody does this, but purchase leads would be something like Zillow, signing up for Zillow so that they send you leads. There's a lot of follow-up on this. There's a lot of legwork on this. There's all kinds of services out there that you can do purchase leads with, but you really have to stay on top of them and you've got to work them. 14 would be sphere of influence. What we mean by this is all friends and family that you have ever been in touch with. We're talking about your immediate sphere, and then it kind of goes out from there. But depending on how far outside of that immediate, that close-knit sphere is, generally dictates how much time you're going to spend trying to stay in touch with them and trying to nurture that lead. The networking, I cannot preach about enough. Networking is not just real estate events. Real estate events are great, especially for investors, because you can pick up other deals. However, I like to go to other events that are not just real estate, whether it's something that's a charity event or anything that you're going to be meeting people, and immediately what do people ask? So what do you do? And then automatically you start talking about everything that you do in real estate and how you can help them. The Chamber of Commerce, I put this in here because it's local to every city, municipality that you're a part of. They do a lot of charity work. You're meeting other business people who have other contacts and other networking and meetup events. So it puts you in circles that you wouldn't normally be a part of. So number 17 might surprise you a little bit, just because of monitoring marriage and engagement announcements. It may sound goofy, but I'm here to tell you it works. On social media, everybody sits there and talks about, oh my gosh, we're about to get married. You see it all the time. Not everybody checks their local paper like we used to, but social media now takes care of that. And when you see anything, bride to be, wedding bells, I said yes, I do, yes to the dress, any of these things, automatically that means they are starting to plan for the future. Are they living in an apartment, a condo? Are they renting right now? Are they thinking about where they'd like to live, where is their career taking them. These are all things that you need to think about the moment you see that picture. So do not forget about this one. Number 18 is notary. This one isn't always at front of mind. I have a couple of agents who have gone ahead and gotten their notary license, and they have become their neighborhood notary. You put it out there on Nextdoor or whatever communities you're a part of, and people reach out to you all the time for notaries, whether that's, certain documents need notaries, and all kinds of documents, whether it's I'm selling a car or it's just bank documents. It's LLC documents. It's all kinds of documents that aren't always related to real estate. But if they know you're a notary, you've already been in their house, now you're talking to somebody and they know you're kind of a go-to resource that's in the neighborhood, you're building a rapport with people that typically you wouldn't be talking to. So being a notary is not only incredibly convenient, but also it's a service to others and it pays off dividends. Number 19 is host a free seminar, like just hosting a seminar on first-time homebuyers, whether it is a live seminar on Facebook or you're doing an email blast of click here and join us for this seminar of different lending practices, whatever the seminar is, whatever your passion project is, go ahead and host that free seminar, because you never know how many times it's going to be in front of people and they might end up calling you about the house. Building out a website. Building out a website for a specific property is great. Building out a website for yourself, absolutely. But building out a website that is property specific is really key. Or it's just, I like haunted houses. I like, there's a ton of different angles that's a little bit more entertaining that you can think about as far as building out a website. And now with all the AI out there, you can build a website in no time. So you don't actually have to pay somebody to build that out for you. Then we have create a Facebook or Meetup group. Facebook group or Meetup group. These are pretty easy. You see the garage sale groups, you see all different type of, moms who like to get together once a month, yoga, all kinds of Meetup groups for specific things that are not real estate related. Brings people together and gives you a chance to get to know people that eventually will probably need your services. And if you wanted to do a specific DFW rental properties, whatever I specialize in Airbnbs, so now I'm going to do Airbnb, Facebook, or Meetup. Then now I'm generating interest in what I actually do. So get creative. You can do it any way that you want. You can be a little less obvious with something that's not real estate related, or you can do totally real estate related Meetup groups and Facebook groups. So number 22 is sponsor events. So sponsoring events and niche events is basically, what are you into? Do you have kids that are into golf or volleyball or soccer? Sponsor their events and maybe make some swag that goes along with it that has your logo and contact information, not just logo. We need contact information. People are so used to QR codes now. Put your QR code on something. Charity golf tournaments, clubs, leagues, like I said, any type of sport, any type of charity book, a book club, anything that you can think of, go ahead and sponsor that. Try to come up with a cute little swag that you can give away and make sure it has your contact information on it. So number 23 is not for everybody, and I totally get that, but there are opportunities to be had here. Divorce or probate attorneys. Obviously, you're going to need to be able to talk to people, be able to talk them off a cliff, be a very calming presence in people's life, understanding, empathy. There's a lot of things that go on with this, but these are unique opportunities to help somebody out and sell a property for them. And if you're an investor, all I can do is encourage you to handle with care. These are not great situations. Emotions are high. Keep that in mind, but they are opportunities because 90% of the time they're selling a house. 24 is get involved in your local government and volunteer positions. This is really interesting and usually takes a little bit longer for agents to realize the opportunity here because it's a long game. You're getting involved, you're volunteering, and if you're in like the zoning committee or anything like that, now you get to see what's coming down the pike for that community. Now you get to vote on it. All of these things will help you make decisions on whether or not you are trying to invest in that area, picking up properties in that area, or if you're planning on selling, just knowing about what's going on in the neighborhood could give you the leg up on somebody else. Number 25, we kind of touched on this social media wise earlier in this presentation, but this is just scheduling some sort of weekly or monthly meetup group. This is something where you see people in person, you set it up on Meetup, and it's a church group or it's a book club. It's going to PTA is part, it could be part of it. Any common interest that you have with somebody else and setting that up so it gives you an opportunity to let people know how you can help them. And it's mainly just getting involved in your community. If there's anything that you took from this whole presentation, is that a lot of these things can be done together, and get creative with it. But the main goal is community and networking with people. The more people you come in contact with and you let them know what you do, then the more opportunity for business in your future. So good luck. I know you can do it, and keep adding on. Let me see how creative you can get. Thank you for watching today. I know if you take a few of these strategies and you implement them on a regular basis, it will definitely take your business to the next level. If you or somebody you know is looking for a new broker, or you just have a few questions, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Jaylee Thompson with Texel Real Estate and Real Estate Reformation. Have a great day.